It only took 95 years for absinthe to be legally sold in the U.S. again, and now the crazy spirit is making a full return. And here to make a couple of fun cocktails you might want to try is Ryan Sumner, bar manager for Driftwood.
Hi.
Welcome. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks so much. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm getting a big history lesson on
Sure.
absinthe because many people probably don't know, like myself, that this one goes way back, like way before moonshine days.
So absinthe has a lot of myths, mystique, kind of misunderstandings about it. A lot of people with good and bad intentions created that kind of a reputation. However, it's perfectly legal in the U.S. We have 100% pure, like true French absinthe. The big iffy was the wormwood. And so the wormwood that we could not get until 2007 when the government lifted the ban had thuhol in it, which is an ingredient in that specific type of wormwood. So most absinthe have a lot of botanicals, a lot of kind of herbs and things like that in them. And the holy trinity that's probably in all of them is fennel, anise, and wormwood.
Okay.
So wormwood has a very menthol kind of scent to it. And so we're going to demonstrate an absinthe drip. A lot of y'all might be familiar with kind of adding water to a cocktail just to kind of bring out some aromatics, release something new. So with absinthe, the great thing about it is you don't have to have a trained palate. You can just watch it happen.
This is a real fancy thing you have right here.
Right, so this slowly drips it. So this is just water.
Oh.
And all you do is drip it. And this is Vue Pontellier by Tempest Fugit. Beth Adams over there takes really good care of us. They're releasing all these exciting products. One thing that this one is known for is an authentic Pontellier recipe, as well as being able to louche in about a minute. Now the louche is, if you'll notice, it slowly is starting to cloud up.
Right.
And you'll see that kind of you actually can see the herbs releasing, changing the color, getting kind of milky.
What's that on top?
So on top is sugar. And originally, absinthe was very crude and wasn't very sweet. So as you wanted to get that louche going, get that cloudiness, it's a French word for kind of shady, shadowy, cloudy.
All right.
As you want to get that louche going, release all those botanicals, make it cloudy so that you know that they're fully released, you can also sweeten it.
Nice.
So this is what the absinthe spoon is for.
You can't be in a hurry for this drink.
No, you can't. I mean, it kind of depends. This one typically takes about a minute to louche. However, if you wanted to make something at home that doesn't require an absinthe drip and is a little easy, I think a lot of the ladies might be able to enjoy some sparkling wine.
Of course.
And so one thing that you could really do to kick it up is get a nice little absinthe. And you're going to add some herbaceousness, maybe some floral notes. I think you should sweeten it to taste. Not everybody's a big fan of anise. It's going to have that heavy black licorice taste. I know my mom loved it. So this is a cocktail called the Death in the Afternoon, which was created by Ernest Hemingway.
Wow.
And you can see it getting milky green, kind of changing.
Death in the Afternoon. It's only 9:47.
Well,
I don't know if we're ready for that just yet, but
supposedly after a hard day at sea with some rough seas.
This is what the guys like, huh?
Ernest Hemingway decided that you need 3 or 5 of these to calm your nerves.
Nice.
And
Can I have one?
Yeah, it's all yours if you want to try
wonderful.
it. And the citrus zest on there. Actually, if you'll notice, we've almost completely loosed our absinthe, so we can turn it off.
I can taste that licorice in there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another thing, maybe that you could do for the kids at home, is create a nice little forbidden beer, which is a cocktail created by our own Mike Martinson.
Now my kids might get into that.
Yeah. So all you got to do is,
I also have to comment, your rocks are really cool.
Oh, thanks. We handcraft our ice over at Driftwood.
We're going to talk about that another time, we decided.
Yeah, next time I come on, I'll tell you guys how you can do it at home. It's a super simple process.
That's really neat.
You know, usually with like my nephews, they're like 8 or 9, I'll use much less absinthe.
Okay.
That's a joke. Absinthe is extremely high
I already started drinking, you know.
Yeah, I like you ladies. You keep me in business. So Tennyson absinthe.
You keep us in business.
Tennyson absinthe is a great absinthe that really works well with this cocktail. It's a juniper-based absinthe. It's our homeboy Graham down in Austin, and it's made in France. It's kind of based off a love of gin, and makes it a really unique absinthe on the market right now. So it really pairs well with like aviation gin or something like that.
I love root beer, so I'm really anxious to taste this.
Well, so what you should do then is wake up your mint. If you want to spank it, you can do that. Depends on how you're feeling that evening.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is just put it in there, and don't let yourself use a straw.
Okay.
Because it's not just for show. When you wake that up, you're going going to get a lot of aromatics from the mint. You're going to get it releasing from the absinthe. And it's actually pretty tasty for a 1-in-1.
That's really good.
Isn't that different? Yeah.
Yeah, with the mint, that's gorgeous. I love it.
So at Driftwood, we are building the premier collection of absinthes and pastisses, fortified wines, and things like that. We will have the largest absinthe collection in the state before long.
I believe it. I believe it.
We're doubling the size of the bar. We've got great bar bites. We're really just excited about having the neighborhood drop in. Come have a simple drink. We can make all these drinks for you, plus any other classics or whatever, and it pairs so well with seafood.
Awesome.
Oysters, things like that. We already know pair well with fennel, anise,
Thank you so much for this beautiful drink and for this wonderful lesson on something I really didn't know much about.
I'm so glad to be here.
Driftwood's bar is undergoing a complete renovation, and they're going to be ready for use. And they're still open, actually, and they're going to be ready for their brand new revealing in a couple of weeks. So swing by and be one of the first to break it in and try one of these awesome cocktails. And we've got more table talk next, including a special cocktail recipe. Yes, more cocktails featuring skimpy mixers from our friend Lisa. She's got a recipe herself. We'll be right back.